Hi, Jordan, darling. Well, it's good to see you, Phryne Fisher. Even if this isn't the true doll of you. Well, it's the only doll out there that anyone's made of me, and the only one that can pass off as me. Unless you got these doll makers that make dolls for folks. And that's the only way you're getting one. You know. And I know that you're upset that your show isn't as big as folks thought it was. I mean, your books were I don't know if how well known your books were before the show. And I don't even know if folks were even aware that there were books that the show, you know, made up followings from. But here's the things. The tales, at least in following one, follow the tales from at least some of the books. And then at the end of the day, they just started making their own tales for following 2 and following 3. Yeah, that's what they did. They just looked at all the other books that were being made at the time and told themselves, nope, we're just going to make our own as we went. And then, darling, you know what they did? They started cutting back on all the love scenes. And soon you either got me smiling at some man and that was it. I mean, how do you go from having love scenes to, oh, well, we can't have them anymore? I don't know. Some Stanyard, I guess, Phryne, shifted at Acorn and PBS and ABC and whatever. And they said, no, 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 we can't have her do anything like that anymore. Fuck that. It was all right if Dick Tracy did it, but oh no, if you do it, Phryne, it's like the worstest thing in the world, I guess. I don't get it, darling, I don't. And let's talk about the dolls. No dolls except these magnets that came with the full, Blu-ray box set that have been made back in 2020. And that as far as what they made for dolls. And everyone has their forgivenesses. Oh, well, the clothing that every cloud made, for the show would be too hard for doll makers to make. Well, I call bullshit on that, Jordan. Look, you see the clothing I'm wearing right now? That was Mattel. So what was their misforgiveness for it? They just didn't think dolls would sell. You got Fiona Egger, who was good at making films and shows, and when you asked her how about getting doll deals, she just shook her head and say, I don't understand it. I don't got the business mind for it. She's like, in Pacifics and Hasbro and Mattel and Bandai and McFarlane Toy and Sideshow Gatherings just didn't want to make any dolls. Well, I guess that was a forgiveness for them not wanting to have any. Oh yeah, and I guess now they're like kicking themselves, right? Thinking they should have made dolls was like, yeah, too late. I mean, the only thing you got, Phryne, forgive me, is like, yeah, shirts that say shit like, oh, I hadn't taken nothing earnest since 1915, YL. Or was it, yeah. And that's it. Little magnets or sticking dolls you put on your chiller or your ice box, and that's it. It's like, yeah, could they even, they couldn't even, that's as far as they went. Well, at the end of the day, I truly feel sorry, Jordan says, for other folks getting all these dolls made. I mean, Jordan, darling, your godmother Xena has had dolls made by Toy Biz between the years of 1996, when the Hercules doll row started, until 1999. She at least had 2 film games. A Farseer show ran for about 6 followings. Well, you got a film game that was made by every cloud. They first put it on, I don't know, Google Android, Apple iOS, and later on, Smallsoft Windows and Apple Macintosh OS. Yeah, they did. And that was it. They just, I mean, every cloud might be good at doing farcier shows and films and whatever, but if you ask them to make dolls, they just go, "Oh, we don't know how to do it. Oh, we don't know how to we don't know how to get a deal with someone to make dolls." It's like sad. And I want to hear their forgivenesses because look at the clothing I'm wearing right now. That's Mattel. So I don't want to hear that they couldn't get a deal with Mattel because Mattel or Hasbro or Bandai or Jap Pacifics or McFarlane Toy or Sideshow gatherings couldn't do clothing.